In this video, I'm going to talk about how to share symbols and work with the style manager to organize them a little bit more. So since the last video, I changed some of the symbology a little bit. I just simply, for the Comuna layer, I made it have kind of a tan background with a darker brown fill. So nothing complicated, just two brown colors for Comuna. I made the vine a little bit lighter so they blend into the map a little bit more. So instead of a black roads layer, they're just a little bit darker than the background. And for Symbologi, they're classified by network using the categorized renderer, but I've changed the symbol for a couple of those. So if I wanted to share this Comuna style with you in the class, I can double click on Comuna to open up layer properties. And from the bottom of the Symbologi tab, there's this little style drop down, and I can choose to save this style. And I can save it as a QML file. This is a QGIS style file. So I could save this into the course styles folder and call it comuna.qml and click save and click OK. That has now been exported, and when you get the course data, you'll have that Comuna style in the styles directory. If you wanted to load it so your map looked just like this, you would open up layer properties for the Comuna and go to this style option and choose load style from file, and just navigate to that QML file, click open, and choose load style, and it would load that style for you. So that's one way you can share styles with colleagues, is once you have a nice style like that, you can export it as a QML file and give that style to people, and they can import it. So I also have this archaeology layer here, and this is from OpenStreetMap. And so this has a lot of Graohoi, the stone Neolithic burial sites in the forest. And if I open up the Style Manager, you'll notice that there's this option to browse online styles. And if I click on this, this is going to open up this QGIS style repository. So these are styles that different QGIS users have uploaded and shared with the community. So each one of these is something that you can download and install. So I'm going to show you how you can do this. If I go to the marker section, which would be point symbols, there is a collection of icons that Naturstrilsen originally created, and I created this style set and uploaded it into this repository early this year. So everyone can now download these icons for outdoor activities in Denmark and use these icons. So I'm going to show you how to do that. I've already downloaded it. It's actually provided for you in the styles repository of the data folder. So with my style manager open, I can choose import items. I'm going to import from a file, and I'm going to browse to that file in the course data. So here's the Naturstrilsen icon XML file, and I can click open, and it's going to take a minute to load all of those. So here is this set of almost 100 different Danish outdoor life icons. And I can choose to add these to my favorites. I can have additional tags. So I could just maybe just call this, tag this as Naturstrilsen. And choose not to import embedded tags. And then I can choose select all and import. So QGIS will import all of those styles. And if I go to marker now and choose Naturstrilsen, I see all of these markers now in my style repository. So I can now use these for symbolizing point data. And one of the icons that's in here is Grayohoi for those archaeological sites. So now that I have that in my style repository, I can, for the simple marker here, choose that. I'm going to choose Naturstrillen now as my tag that I want to find a style in. They're alphabetical. I'm going to scroll down and find that. There it is. And select that, and now I have these nice icons for those archaeological sites that I can use. There's also, in the processing toolbox, some tools related to cartography. Most of these have to do with the style libraries. So, for example, I can create a style database from this project. I could export this project out as an XML style and share that with people. I can combine style databases. So basically every QGIS profile has its own style database. When I go and save something or import it into my style manager, it's populating my style database with those symbols. And so you can have basically style databases from different profiles, and you can combine those with this tool. So there's a lot of different tools in here that let you do things like that. There's also a database tool here, package layers. This tool lets you package all the layers in your project into a geopackage. And one of the settings that you have with this tool is to save the layer styles into the geopackage. What that would do is it would export all these layers into one geopackage, and it would bring the style in with it. So when someone else added that layer from the geopackage to QGIS, it would come in with the style already built into it. So there's a lot of options for sharing styles in QGIS, and it's getting easier. Another thing you can do in QGIS is copy and paste. So I can right click on a layer, go to Styles, Copy Style, and I can right click on another layer and choose Styles, Paste. And so now I have my churches symbolized as archaeological sites. Now this doesn't make much sense, so I think I'll go back in here now and try to choose a better symbol for the churches here. So there is one in this outdoor icon set here that I can use to represent these churches. So now most of the layers that we have worked with have come in with a nice style, and you've learned a little bit about sharing styles with the Style Manager. In the next video, I'm going to talk about labeling